Hello and happy Sunday. I just want to make this video because I had an audio competition in my hometown of Langdon, North Dakota just yesterday afternoon, and I had some really awesome things happen from it, and I also kind of have what you might think is unusual that I have this on my mind because it's kind of like this duality, good and bad. And maybe I can make some sense of it as I start vocalizing like this. So, um, the summary of it is this event is part of a kind of a day and a half thing called Rendezvous Region Rod Run. And I don't know how many years it's been going on, but it's every summer in July. And most of the events take place in Langdon, downtown on Main Street. And if you haven't heard of Langdon, no big deal because it is a really small town, but it's my home. And I made the journey out there. I wanted to do a really good job representing, my skills, my capabilities with audio systems and vehicles. And so I came away from it with a trophy for best overall. So, I mean, that's the good thing. I also really had a good time kind of checking out sound systems that other people brought in, and I've got some content that maybe I've already posted online, some things that I haven't posted online, uh, some pretty crazy stuff actually, and so that was fun. I had a really good time reconnecting with people, some people I haven't talked to in maybe a year or so. Of course, I cannot forget to say that my sister Kendra and my brother-in-law Jazz, I'm really grateful that they got to come in. Um, they have been living in the Philippines for several months, and they were able to come back to the United States and come to Langdon. And that was really good. And I'm kind of getting sidetracked here, but there's no agenda exactly for this. You don't have to watch this video, do you? But so the point of the thing that's been bothering me about how I went into this audio competition, I knew it was coming. I mean, it's every year in July. I knew what date it was happening well in advance. I knew I wasn't going to be doing any big rebuild on the audio system, but I wanted to do a really good job. I wanted to come into it as a role model where even if things aren't completely done, because my vehicle has never been done, and if you happen to be somebody who has done audio systems in vehicles and you're always trying to get it just a little bit better, you probably identify with this where it's never quite good enough. Some little panel that you had in mind to build, you still haven't built it. Maybe you built a box for a subwoofer and you couldn't wait to get it in. Maybe you're exhausted the evening that you built it. You didn't bother to put carpet on it, so it's sitting in the back of the vehicle unfinished. That kind of thing has been ongoing. So that wasn't the thing that I was worried about. It was specifically the Friday, the day before the event. I intended to get all sorts of things done, like moving something in the trunk where most of the electronics are located. I intended to measure the system, and that was in response to not only trying to refine my skills all the time with acoustic measurements and making adjustments to my DSP, but I have got 5 speakers in the car now. I changed 3 of them. So, I mean, you would expect the sound of the system to change. And what happened was I spent my time making equalizer level type adjustments by ear, which you can learn how to do it. It's not ideal as the first thing you do after changing out speakers. So anyway, obviously, since I got the trophy, people liked it. Mainly there's one judge, and the judge liked it. So that's maybe why, if you're thinking like, why is this guy being so hard on himself? It's just that I know I can deliver harder, I can deliver better, and I spent time up to literally right at the moment I was called to bring up the car to drive up in the lane to get judged. I was still trying to make changes to the car, and if I had gotten all that stuff wrapped up at least by the day before, which was my intention, I would have had time to do measurements on other competitors' vehicles. That's what I wanted to do. And then I could, even if they didn't want me to do it, they say, no, I'm good, I'm confident, I could at least say, well, I got this really awesome thing here I want to talk to you about. And maybe if they could just pick up on that, okay, this is maybe something really cool that I maybe have heard of it, but I've never seen it demonstrated. Maybe I can learn something, you know? And so I wasn't able to do that. And that kind of ticks me off a little bit. But there will be other opportunities. And because of the internet, I can share this knowledge and these tools that I have. I can share that to people anytime, anywhere. So it's just kind of like, it was a good day. It was a really good day, but it could have been a little bit better.